Pollock hits a fly ball, left center field, way back there, and gone! They walk Bellinger and get to Pollock, who promptly breaks through against Sonny Gray in the sixth. Jansen against Eugenio Suarez. Popped up. This has been no walk in the park. Who wants it? Barnes has it! And the Dodgers have swept the Reds. And he promptly retires him with another strikeout. 3-2. Got him looking at 98 to the knees on Votto. And 12 straight retired.
The sun is shining all the time. It is like another perfect day. And you know it's good news anytime you hear Randy Newman here in Dodger Stadium and A.J. Pollock, hero of the day. And A.J., by all accounts, this is your first walk-off interview as a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And it comes on the heels of that huge 3-1 home run that broke everything up, man.
Yeah, it felt good. You know, it's good to help contribute to a win. And, you know, it was a good series by us, and we capped it off nicely there. And I'll be a happy flight.
How big was that at bat for you? Because prior to that, AB, you were 0 for the series. The intentional walk to Cody Bellinger, you go up there, and it was kind of a, maybe not a disrespectful form of baseballness, but you go out there, you do your job, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I don't call it disrespect. I mean, Cody's the hottest hitter in baseball right now. I'm sure, you know, every single manager would have done that, but no, I felt good. I felt like the last couple of days, you know, my swing's gotten a lot better, and I felt like I was onto something. You know, hard work with Robert and Brant and in the cages, and I was just fortunate enough to deliver in a key moment for us, for sure.
Confident out there, and speaking of confidence, and no one more confident than Walker Buehler, goes over 90 pitches, just under 60 for strikes. How good was he out there today?
He's commanding all his pitches. He's got electric stuff. We all know that, and you know, we're excited when he goes on the mound and he's throwing like that. Everyone's excited because he's just, you know, he brings the just electric stuff, and he definitely. He gives us a lot of energy, and you know, he definitely was something that we fed off of today.
How good was the bullpen? You see Scott Alexander, Pedro Baez, capped off by Kenley Jansen. Always a feather in your cap when you know that these guys can come in and shut the door.
They did a great job today. Honestly, the whole series, I think we bullpen. Obviously, when we were winning, you know, they shut the door, and when we were behind, you know, obviously they did a great job of keeping it close. And we got a lot of good arms out there. We all know that, and you know, they showed it tonight.
Yeah, he did, and obviously the fastball velocity was really good. At times, the location with the fastball wasn't as precise as he wanted it, but it was coming out really well. I thought he changed eye levels really well, worked in and out through the breaking ball when he needed to, the slider, cutter, and he was getting into a groove. And you know, the last few, he's been kind of tinkering with his delivery, but today he had a lot of good feel, and he's kind of like that sports car that if there's anything just not right, then he's off, and so he kind of worked through it, and we needed that one. It was good for him to go 6+.
Yeah, retired 12 straight at one point. That was punctuated by a Joey Votto strikeout at 98 miles an hour. We talked about that velocity. How big was this outing for him?
It was big. It was big for him. It was big for us, and Votto, that's a tough guy to punch, and so to limit damage from that guy, keeping him off base, speaks to how good Walker was today.
32nd straight home game with a home run today. It was A.J. Pollock. He was 0 for the series before that at bat. And you talk about confidence. How was this for his confidence?
I think you know, A.J. is one of those guys that I really don't have to worry about, but I think that you still want to get some hits. And last night he took that at bat against Zach Duke. I thought it was a really good at bat, squared it up, and I think it led into today. And Sonny Gray was really good today. 94, 95, kept the ball down, the slider, curveball, striking it. He was tough. And so went to the well one too many times, left a breaking ball up, and fortunately AJ put a good swing on it.
Scott, Pedro, Kenley, how solid was the bullpen?
They were great. They were great. Scotty did what he needed to do, get a couple ground balls, get a ground ball, and Petey came in, went 1+, and that was big for us. And Kenley obviously coming in and doing what he did. So bullpen's online, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves going into Milwaukee.
Cody broke up that no-hitter. He's swinging the bat extremely well. How does he see the ball right now?
he's seen it really well. And that was a ball that was sort of underneath and still was able to ride it out to right center field and takes the walks when he needs to, stay in the strike zone. So he's when he does that, he's a superstar player.
We kind of take for granted that Austin Barnes is good in framing pitches, but when the other manager has some really strong thoughts about that in the middle of the game, does this just exemplify what Austin does well?
It's his rapport with the pitchers, relationship, and his ability, the fingers and the receiving, how he can get pitches for us. And I thought that it also helps when a guy has a good arm and he's around the zone. But, the borderline calls Austin's going to get, and obviously David took exception to that low ball on Iglesias. I thought it was a good pitch. So it's a credit to Austin how much he works.
Get the series sweep, not going 4 in a row. How big a momentum boost is that as you hit the road for 7?
It's good. It's really good. I think that we're playing better baseball. And we match up against a guy that's throwing the ball really well in Sonny Gray, and for us to scratch out a win right there and Walker to go pitch for pitch speaks a lot to our guys. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
20 games in, 12-8. Are you where you want to be?
I think so. I think so. That St. Louis series was a little forgettable, but I think that the way we're going about each day is the way I would expect.
Well, the Dodgers take this one 3-2. They sweep the Reds, and they've answered the 6-game losing streak by winning 4 in a row.
It's going to be a happy flight. No question about that. It's always nice to win that final game of the series, but on top of that is to get 4 in a row. That's how you turn things around. You lose 6 in a row, you start getting back on a winning streak, and you really get the tone set by your starting pitchers. Yeah. Ross Stripling did that. You got Clayton Kershaw, Kenta Maeda, and an outstanding performance by Walker Buehler.
Yeah, it was by far his best game so far this year.
Yeah, really have back on track. This is the Walker Buehler we're used to seeing, that we saw last year coming into this year, had an abbreviated spring training. This is the time when he's a spot that he would usually have if he had a normal spring training where the season would be starting. It was good to see him out there, something to build on.
Into a big trip. 4 in Milwaukee, 3 in Chicago. We'll talk to you from Milwaukee tomorrow night.